Libra, your weekly love tarot reading begins with a Page of Cups. You see your person as an Eight of Pentacles. The relationship as a Page of Wands, and possible outcomes here are Four of Pentacles. So your person is coming in with a Four of Cups. They see you as a Three of Pentacles. The relationship as a Seven of Wands, and possible action or outcome for them is Strength energy. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have an Eight of Wands. So yeah, let's put that right over here. Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius energy. Okay, and so right away, we're talking about a lot of people, perhaps even events coming in that are either putting their energy on you or trying to get energy from you, right? And so it's oftentimes a signal that boundaries need to be put in place, all right, Libra? But we're going to get to that. Let's go ahead and jump right into your reading. How do you and your person come in this week? Well, Page of Cups and Four of Cups. You know, you're this is funny. They're not responding, right? I mean, you're kind of you're curious. You're trying to begin something. You may have, sent them a text or called them up or, just hinted at something. And it's like you're getting nothing from them. Four of Cups energy is like very sort of resolute, oops. Well, all the cards fell over. Resolute energy. It's, I'm not listening. I'm not paying attention. I'm not interested, right? But it's a stubbornness there. There's a stubbornness there with your person for some reason. So we're going to get into that. But you're coming in curious. That Page of Cups is very curious about love here. So let's see what is really going on. Let's begin with that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups. Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you're dealing with somebody here who's been there, done that, right, Libra? This individual is going to be a little bit harder to get at, Libra. They're kind of like, yeah, they're like, look, I'm a Queen of Pentacles. I've been there, done that. I've gone through a lot. I know what it takes. I know my value. And that, what you're coming into me with, I've seen it before. All right. I've seen this cup before. It's not enough. It's not interesting. It's not enough. Come with something more interesting. Come with something that resonates for me, right? So not saying that your advances or your actions aren't valuable, but it's just more speaks to the person that you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone, Libra, here who has had experiences and, they're just not so easily won over, is what I'm saying. And they're a quite serious person. They also have this Wheel of Fortune coming in. So right now, things are really happening for them. There's a lot going on in their life. And if you want to break through all of that good fortune and timing that's happening with them, you're just going to have to come with more. So what's this Page of Cups all about? Aha. Ooh. Seven of Swords and Six of Cups. Okay. All right. So, Libra, perhaps this is why your person's not listening. You guys know each other. Okay, so you two know each other. This is not like a new connection with someone brand new in your life who doesn't know you or you don't know them. Six of Cups talks about a history together, experiences, memories, right? There's a lot of affection here, but yeah, there's history, right? There's history. So there's a connection, and still Seven of Swords at the same time. Seven of Swords is futile, right? There's a lot of different interpretations as with all things, all art forms. Tarot has a lot of different decks and the traditional and the new and all of this, right? But there's some sort of deep-rooted, grounded sort of meanings. And seven is the number for wish and wish fulfillment, right, in tarot. And Seven of Swords is when you try to accomplish a wish fulfillment through underhanded means, through tactics, right? Swords energy being the mental plane through strategy and tactics and thinking, overthinking things. It can also come from a very dark place, believing that you could just come up with a solution, not really caring about the fallout or the consequences. And so in this way, Seven of Swords can be energy that's treacherous, which I don't feel here, Libra. I don't feel like you're being treacherous, but I do feel like it's an exercise in futility here. You're trying to get connected with somebody and they're not responding. There may be another reason why they're not responding, right? Have you messed up with them in the past? I don't know now. We're going to go back to it. How do you guys see each other? Well, you see them as the Eight of Pentacles and they see you as the Three of Pentacles. So that Eight of Pentacles indicates, this person you're interested in is really busy. Man, they're like busy. They're busy with work. They're busy trying to accomplish something right now. They don't really have a whole lot of time, right? They're on like a journey, and this journey has a lot to do with them upping their money, upping their, their game, their skill. Three of Pentacles is how they see you. And it's like, to be honest with you, I feel like they see you as a bit of a project, right? Like, how can I put it to you, Libra? It just feels like, the dynamic here is that this person who you're still interested in, who you're curious about, I think you guys clearly have been together. You may have been together, right? You may have not actually been in a relationship, but you clearly have a connection, right? And it's deeper than just friendship. There's attraction here. But regardless of whether or not you had a relationship before, because if you did, it was very short and really didn't have any major, toxic fallout or long-term fallout. It wasn't like everybody's heartbroken. It was just like a short fling and it's fine. And you still know each other and you're friends. That's the vibe I have here. But now I think that I think that you see how busy they are. There's definitely some fortuitous things that are coming into this person's life. They may have resonated up physically and lost a lot of weight. They may be looking really good. They may be doing really well. Money's coming in. And this is now sparking your curiosity, right? And so it's like you're revisiting someone. You're revisiting a possible connection with someone because things in their life may have changed or things about them may have changed. And now you're curious all over again. But the tactics that you're using, Libra, to get into this person, to move into this person are futile. They're not going to work. Why? Well, because this person has changed. They have changed. And they're way more focused. They've resonated up on a physical level, right? Certainly health, wealth, etc. And now when they see you, they kind of see you as part of their past. They kind of see you as a project. It's not like you have kept pace with them, if you know what I'm saying. Perhaps when you two did have whatever interaction you had or whatever short fling you had, you both may have been on the same level in a way, right? But now in the interim, this person is kind of leveled up a little bit more, right? And it's not to say that they're better than you. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just talking about leveling up in terms of, how they live their life, how they're working. They're working more, making more money. They're living healthier. They're not partying as much, perhaps, right? They're not, you know what I mean? It's like they're just leveling up a little bit. And it's not like you've leveled up, right? Or at least they don't believe you have. You may have, Libra, but they don't see it, right? So you may still be at the same job, whereas they have now been promoted. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Or you may be, at the same sort of health and fitness level that you always were, and that's fine, but they may have suddenly really gotten ripped or toned. You know what I'm saying? And I hesitate to make it sound like it's a value comparison because it's not, right? It's not about that. It's just about everybody is at different levels. People are at different levels in their life, and that's just a fact, right? And so this connection here, of course, it's the law of attraction. Because they've leveled up a little bit is the whole reason that you're curious to begin with, right? But whatever you come into with them, it's not enough. So let's get some more on that Eight of Pentacles. I'm curious what's going on with them. What else do you see about this person? Page of Swords. and 10 of Wands. Yeah, you can tell, Libra, you can tell that this person has laid down a lot of burden. They're a lot lighter. 10 of Wands is like that final stage. It's really heavy. 10 of Wands can be very, very heavy energy. But tens and aces or ones, they're kind of dual energies here. Yes, you're at that very brim. You're at the brim. You're at 10, like, you're literally at the straw that breaks the camel's back. And at the same time, in that same split second, you're also at a breakthrough. You also experience that breakthrough. And it's like the duality of the moment. You can't have one without the other. And so in this case here, I feel like you are seeing them not at that brimming point that they were at, which they may have sustained for a long time. They may have been at that brimming point for a long time in their life, in terms of different things that they were dealing with, right? Different burdens they were carrying and, shadow that they were carrying on their spirit. But now you're seeing them, and you may have gotten some information coming in, Page of Swords, about them, some news. But it's like now you're seeing them just at that breaking point. They've broken, and they're now in a state of release. You can see they're in a state of release now. Right? They're in a state of, the clouds evaporating, their vision coming back, their strength coming back, And so this is what you're seeing in them. And Page of Swords definitely speaks to the fact, Libra, that people have been talking. People have been talking. People in your social circle or what have you, people that you're both connected to, everyone has been saying, oh, you see so-and-so, wow, they're doing really good. Oh my God, they're doing so great. Yeah, you're hearing all of this. And it's some of the stuff, it's all adding to your sense of curiosity about them. What's going on with them? What else do they see in you? World and death. Wow. World and death. Completion. World card is completion. World card is a feeling of being exactly where you should be, completing a cycle in your life. And every time you complete a cycle in your life and you're aware of it, it reaffirms your path. It reaffirms that you are exactly where you should be. So, with the World card being the final card in the major arcana of the tarot, talking about that conclusion, that finish line. Of course, there's never a real finish line, right? Life is a cycle and it's infinite. So it's just the beginning of a new stage at the same time. But there's closure. The World card, really talks about closure in some area of your life. And that closure allows you to sort of recalibrate and see exactly where you are in your path. Death is there, and then tarot death, we don't talk about a physical death, but we talk about the essence of death. What is death? What is death in essence? Death in essence is the end. It's the end of something in a very permanent way. It's the ending in existence of anything, anything, situation, energy, right? The ending of that as we know it to be. Now, it's not like that it ends completely. It can resurrect. That's the phoenix, right? Resurrecting into something new, but the end of something as it is. And so there is there's closure here. There's a death. There's an end here. I'm not sure this person is going to be willing to accept your advances, Libra. They have closure with you. There's closure here. Like they're not still curious about anything. I gotta be honest. They're not really curious about anything, and they're doing really well in their life, and they've put a period at the end of whatever it is that the two of you had, right? Whatever connection or relationship the two of you actually had. And let's be fair, Libra, you're only curious about them. There's no other real love cards here besides the Six of Cups, but that just talks to the relationship you have. I think you two can still be friends, or maybe are friends, or perhaps you aren't friends as a result of a previous fling, and maybe this This death and world card indicates, the opportunity here to have a different kind of relationship, right? To have a friendship again, to have a friendship relationship again. But there's closure to that past energy, right? Okay. How do you see the relationship for you and for them? For you, Page of Wands, for them, Seven of Wands. Well, for you, you see the relationship as freeing, like exciting, dynamic, creative. This person brings out like the reckless, creative artist in you. They bring out the passion and the fire in you, right? And that's how you see yourself when you're with them. That's how you see this relationship. That's how you see yourself when you're with them. For them, they see this relationship as a Seven of Wands. Now, Seven of Wands can be a victory, but it's also about standing your ground. There's an issue here about standing their ground with you. Now, again, this is just a snapshot. You could turn this around. But again, also, there is not like, listen, I don't want to come off as being sort of cavalier and hard on you or dismissive about your feelings, but let us be clear, you're only just curious here. It's not like you're deeply in love with this person. You're curious and they affect you in as much as they bring a lot of heat. They make you feel exciting and young and new. But, the fact that they have closure here and that things have changed for them and that they've moved on, and the various energies that I'm feeling about how they see the relationship, it's fair. It's fair. Seven of Wands here is them really maintaining their position. Let's see. Yeah, Six of Wands and Nine of Cups. They're happy the way they are. They're happy where they are. And quite frankly, that Six of Wands, it could very well be that there was some tension in the past with you two, in as much as you may have been the one that kind of made them feel some kind of way, about where they were at. Again, it does feel like it wasn't an intense, deep relationship or connection, but it could be that, this short fling, it's, somewhere along the line you made them, or they felt, maybe you didn't make them, but they felt that you belittled them, or, you had an attitude. Okay, these two cards fell out. You had an attitude of like disrespect. And so here, there is also a feeling here that they're kind of like, yeah, I told you I wasn't always going to be down. And, I told you I wasn't always going to be in that position. I told you I was going to rise above. I told you, I told you. And now I'm happy and I'm good. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to, how shall I put it, jeopardize that. For you, Knight of Swords and Moon came out. You're going to keep trying, but it's like you're not going to get much results here, right? Moon energy. You may very well be feeling, Libra, like this is very much your person. This is your relationship. You need to be with that. Like you can get swept up, Libra. You can get very swept up. You get in your head, air sign, right, Libra? And you get in your head, you get this idea in your head, you become a little bit like, yes, this is right. This feels right. Because for you, something about being around this person, and the more that you find out about how they're resonating up, the more you're kind of like, damn, yeah, I really want to be with them. I really want to be with them, right? But it's a lot more to do with how they make you feel rather than you actually being in love with who they are, if you know what I mean. It's their energy. Their energy makes you feel a certain kind of way. It's almost like a drug, right? And you're hooked on it. But in terms of you actually being in love with who they are and knowing who they are, there seems a level of shallowness here. It's like you're only working with the exterior energies and vibes. You can see that they're doing well. They're resonating up. They look great, all of that. But that's what you're picking up, all of that positive energy. But in terms of being deeply connected to this person, heart to heart, and really knowing them and them knowing you, that feels missing here. Moon energy is there because, yeah, it's a little bit like, what am I doing here? You want it, but you're not sure why you want it. Why do I want it? Why am I making all these moves? Why am I thinking so hard about all of this, right? And again, this is more to do with sort of, you, right? And how this person makes you feel, and really the journey that you have to make to find a way to make yourself feel like this. You have to be able to make yourself feel fearless and creative and vivacious and dynamic. You know, sort of siphoning that energy off of this person is not going to work out in the long run. And that's kind of the lesson I think that is to be learned here. You know, you're attracted to something about this person because they have a certain energy, and this is a crossroads for you to learn that you need to be able to cultivate that energy in yourself, right? And that really, is there a real love attraction here? I don't feel it. Possible outcomes. Four of Pentacles and Strength, right? Four of Pentacles and Strength for you. Orientating yourself back to what you have, what you've accomplished, your stability, your foundation, who you are. Strength energy comes in for them. They may just exhibit a lot of strength, a lot of determination. Leo energy. Again, it doesn't feel like you guys actually come together here. There's curiosity here. You may reach out and be rebuffed. And this whole reading is really for you. It's a special reading for someone out there. There may only be one person out there who's a Libra, has Libra energy that it resonates with. But this is much more like something that happens with a particular person in your life that begins a self-realization process, right? It begins a self-realization, and it gives you it's giving you some insight on yourself and who you are and why you're attracted to this person who the two of you really aren't actually that connected, right? So very much a lesson here, or an experience to learn. Not so much a lesson as if you've done something wrong, you need to learn your lesson, but more just like another level of getting to know yourself through the interaction, or rather lack of interaction with this person. And some of you are dealing with a Leo. Yes, pulling out the Zodiac rune. Some of you are dealing with Leo. Strength is Leo energy. I did say that in the beginning of the reading, felt that. Some of you are dealing with yourself, a Libra. One more. Some of you Libras are dealing with your sister sign, Aquarius. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. So Leo, Libra, and Aquarius, fire, air, air. Let's go ahead and pull out some oracles and then some animal spirits. Yeah, Libra, this is an interesting read. You know, it's there is something to come out of this, right? And again, you know, I don't want to feel so bad about it, because there's nothing bad about it, you know? And it's, again, I just feel like this isn't so much like you being heartbroken. This isn't like somebody breaking your heart. Your heart isn't all that much into it, but something is into it. And you believe that it's love. You think it's love, right? It feels like love, but it's different. It's much more about an energetic attraction. Right. And so that's kind of, this is one of the reasons why you're experiencing so much futility over here, because you're not really acting out of love, but you're acting out of the same type of energy that somebody acts out of when they desires something like a drug, right? Like something that intoxifies, right? So something about this energy here for you with this person is intoxicating. And so the way you're going about getting more intoxicated by this person, of course, is going to be futile, because all of those energies, or those types of energies, are connected. Spirit of the Pentacle, Spirit of the Scales, and Werewolf Spirit. So Spirit of the Pentacle, faith, unity, wholeness. All right. Spirit of the Scales. You are the scales, of course. And we're talking about karma, justice, balance coming in. A lot of balance. And Werewolf Spirit. Wild, untamed desire. Camera. Desire. Right? So again, that's what I'm talking about. This is the essence here, is desire. And why do you desire? And, you know, why are you desiring this person? And what is it about them? And, you know, what do you need to learn from all of this about yourself, right? All right. Those are your oracles. Let's pull out some animal spirits for you. Seems like it's all crowded to one side, isn't it, this whole reading? Isn't that strange? Sometimes that happens, and I'm like, damn, why is everything... Spacing and connection in tarot is all significant as well. And there's a tightness here. There was a tightness here, right? And that speaks to the message as well. There was a tightness here. You need air. You need more air, even though you are air sign Libra. More air, more spreading out, more expansion, more understanding, less fixation on your desire. Raccoon and the dragon. All right. Raccoon and the dragon, earth and ether. In this deck, we have ether. So not only just fire, water, earth, and air, but ether, which is basically it is the substance that most of the universe is made of, is ether. And the dragon is associated with the solar plexus, or the third chakra, the place that we get our divine breath from, the breath that moves us forward in this life, that propels us into life and existence and living and continuing to live. Without the breath, we would die. But there is a desire, there's an impetus there to take the breath. And the dragon talks about that. This sort of intention or desire, at the root of it, a desire, but compulsion to move forward. And making sure that you're doing it in the right way, right? The eye of the dragon is always on you, this beautiful life that you've been given. How are you propelling yourself forward? Raccoon, earth energy. Raccoon is the animal spirit for the artist that uses their hands, the crafter, right? The woodsmith, the metal, the metalsmith, the woodsmith, the handicrafter, the sewer, the knitter. Anybody who makes anything with their hands, anybody who plays instruments with their hands, the dexterity, right? I'm going to put these up here. The dexterity. Very clever creatures can turn anything into a tool, can turn anything into useful. Can make anything useful, right? That's the thing I love about the raccoon. It finds value in you and usefulness in everything. And so that's a particular talent, very strong earthy talent. All right, Libra. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. Please hit that like button or subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my readings. Every week, every sign gets their weekly love tarot reading. Also, monthly readings are slowly coming up for July. I will make sure to have them all up in time for July 1st. And that's it. Come back, check me out again. And I wish you all love, life, and happiness. Bye-bye, Libra.